Okay, all right. Okay, folks, we have 127 people here tonight, which is not 150, unfortunately. Um, so unfortunately, on the warrant, there are several articles that we cannot act on since we don't have a quorum, but there are a couple that we can. So if the meeting is going to be okay with that, I think since we all came out tonight, we can act on those two articles, and then the rest of it will have to be considered at a later time. All right. So I will call the meeting to order. And please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, if the clerk would please read the warrant.
Town of Whitman Special Town Meeting Warrant, Plymouth SS, to either the Constable of the Town of Whitman. Greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you are hereby directed to notify and warn the inhabitants of the Town of Whitman qualified to vote in elections in town affairs to meet in the Town Hall in said Whitman on Monday, the 31st day of January 2022 at 7:30 p.m., then and there to act upon the following articles, Article 1 through 7. Oops, sorry. And you are hereby directed to serve this warrant by posting attested copies thereof in not less than 8 public places in town, 14 days at least before the day of said meeting. Hereof fail not, and make due return of the warrant with your doings thereon to the town clerk and the time and place of holding said meetings. Given under this hand the 4th day of January 2022. Signed by Carl F. Kowalski, Chairman, Brian J. Bezanson, Clerk, Randy G. LaMattina, Jr., Member, Justin R. Evans, Member. Posted in 8 sections of town with 2 in each precinct. Signed by Constable Timothy P. Hanlon, dated January 13th, 2022.
All right, thank you. And if the tellers would come forward to be sworn, please. Yes. Elizabeth Murphy.
I just don't see her, so.
She's going downstairs.
Oh, okay. You can stay right there. I'm pretty loud. Do you solemnly swear to perform your duties as town meeting tellers lawfully and impartially to the best of your ability to help God?
Thank you. Just a few quick notes about our procedures tonight. All voters are sitting in the designated areas. Non-voters must seek permission of the moderator, that's me, to be here, and must sit in the visitors section over here and may not vote or speak. We do request that everyone wears a mask tonight in consideration for everyone in the town. And if you can't or you choose not to, we have a special section in the rear of the room. I would ask that you sit there, please. Voting will be by voice vote. If I cannot ascertain the outcome of a voice vote, or if the announced outcome is immediately challenged by 5 or more voters, we will do a standing count. All amendments must be submitted in writing and signed for the town clerk. Massachusetts General Laws, Articles 1, 2, and 3 of the Town Bylaws and Robert's Rule of Order govern the conduct of the special town meeting. If you wish to speak on any article, please raise your hand, raise it high, and wait to be recognized. Once you're recognized, you can stand, and please go to the nearest microphone and state your name and address. And please confine your comments to the article or the question on the floor. If there are any questions, we will entertain. Oh, yes, Mr. Salvucci.
Yes, Dan Salvucci, 34A Lance Ave. The fact that we do not have a quorum and it invites on council, I would like the motion to pass over Article 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7, due to the fact that we do not have a quorum.
Okay, we have a motion to pass over those articles, which do involve money when we cannot vote on those without a quorum. Second, discussion? Mr. Lynham.
Article 1 is an unpaid bill, and it doesn't fall under the limitations for $25,000, so we can act
Okay.
on Article 1. I would like to exclude that from the motion.
I stand corrected, and I'll amend that to eliminate that Article 1.
Okay, so the motion then is to pass over as Article 2, 3, 4, and 7, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of passing over those articles, say aye. Opposed, no. The motion passes. Do I have a motion for Article 1? Motion and second. To see if the town will vote to appropriate from water sewer retained earnings the sum of $352.50 to pay a professional engineering services invoice from fiscal 2021 for which an appropriation does not exist, or take any other action relative thereto. Any discussion? All right, this article requires a 9/10 vote in order to pass, so if it's not unanimous, we'll have to do a standing count. So all in favor of Article 1, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The article passes unanimously. Article 5, to see if the town will vote to accept the gift of land being shown on Assessor's Map 23D, Block 1, Lot 46, such property to be under the care, custody, and control of the Board of Selectmen, or take any other action relative thereto. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Yes, ma'am.
Cindy Landeville, 20 Harvard Street. I would like to know exactly how much taxes the town will be losing by accepting this land.
Mr. Heineman?
Good evening, Lincoln Heineman, your town administrator. So this piece of land that is offered for donation by the current owner in fiscal year 2022 has a tax bill of $5,484.75.
So by accepting this land donation, that means that this town loses $5,484.75 in taxes?
The town would no longer be collecting those taxes, correct, beginning in fiscal year 2023.
And is this land buildable?
I cannot speak to that directly. It is,
Do we have anyone here from the planning or zoning?
Yes, I also believe that the owner of the land is here this evening and indicated that he may want to speak, but I do not know definitively whether it is buildable or not.
Any further discussion? Sir?
Thank you. My name's Steve Egan. I'm the developer that's trying to donate this property. We actually have two donations on the warrant tonight. One of the comments that we always get when we're doing any type of project is open space, where's area for the animals, and some conservation areas. Because people don't want to see all the trees come down. They don't want to see everything developed. As part of most of our projects now, we try and incorporate areas of open space and conservation, whether it be in Whitman and other towns that we work in. The project that we're donating lands are both in the same area off of Auburn Street. Both projects, we went in front of the zoning board and the planning board. Received approved plans that allowed us to do smaller lots on both sites, one being the Little Comfort project and one being Heritage Park off of the back of Hog Memorial and Homeland Drive. And by doing the smaller lots, it left us the ability to have a couple big sections of open space with the intention of, when the project was done, to donate those to the town to kind of balance out the development part of it and the open space part of it. One project off of Hog Memorial Drive, and I'm not sure which one's which on how it is on here, but it abuts the middle school property, which the town owns about 35 acres. On that piece, we have a 19-acre section that would directly abut the town's 35 acres, and just to the south of our property, the town owns another 4.5 acres. So by taking this 19-acre section, you're now connecting the middle school with the 19 acres and the 4.5 acres south of it, and the town would have a contiguous area of about 58 acres in that one part. The other project we did off of Auburn Street on the other side of Auburn was Little Comfort Estates, which was 45 houses, and we did that leaving a 15-acre piece as an open space area. That 15-acre piece goes all the way back to the East Bridgewater town line, and when it hits the town line, it abuts a 40-acre piece that was donated to the town of East Bridgewater. So it puts together about 60 acres of open space that spans across the two towns in that area also. I think it's important that we develop responsibly, try and create some open space areas. These two projects did both. Both properties were vacant and paying under $10,000 in taxes for the entire pieces. The Little Comfort project with the 45 houses added over $400,000 in new tax revenue per year with the construction that we did. The Hog Memorial Drive, or Heritage Park as we call it, project adds almost $250,000 in tax revenue, new growth every year. So we took the properties that the town was making very little on, and we've created $650,000 a year in new tax revenue. I don't think the town's losing by accepting some open space, because I think that we've maximized the town's revenue on the property, and the town now has an opportunity to provide another 34 acres of open space that connects with some of their other properties. To answer the question upstairs, the properties do have some wetlands on it. They also have upland on it. And you can look at satellite that the state provides on Mass GIS that will show you that some of it's wet, some of it's not. There are upland areas on the property, but it made sense for us to section that off. And from the beginning with our approvals, the intent was for it to go to the town. And I think as a town resident, and if you go back and look at comments on every town meeting and board, and sometimes I call it the dreaded Facebook, people are constantly asking for more open space. Well, the town, with these two projects, has $650,000 in new revenue, and now you have a chance to also balance it out with some open space. And I think it makes sense for the town to do it.
All right, other discussion on Article 5. Ms. Connolly.
Rosemary Conley, 405 Franklin Street. I think the question was this buildable? And I think I would echo that same question. We don't want to, personally, I have a concern that we will have builders come in and whatever they can't build on, they feel no obligation to have, and we'll have patchworks of open space, not true open spaces like large parks and utilizable space. So that was the question. Is this buildable? Is this actually something that we can utilize, or is this something we now carry as just, whatever you had left over?
And further discussion. Mr. Anderson.
Rick Anderson, 237 Stetson Street, Finance Committee Chair. Just for the information for voters here tonight, the Whitman Finance Committee voted not to recommend this article as the votes that you see posted in the warrant, because at the time that we had to vote for this, we did not have sufficient backup to make a responsible recommendation. Thank you.
Further discussion. Yes, ma'am.
So between these two properties, the town is going to lose out on $8,395.29. May not sound like a lot, but when you're on a fixed income, you bought the land, you should pay the taxes.
Further discussion on Article 5? All right, seeing none, all in favor of Article 5, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Article 5 is adopted. Article 6, to see if the town will vote to accept the gift of land being shown on Assessor's Map 22A, Block 8, Lot 124, such property to be under the care, custody, and control of the Board of Selectmen, or take any other action relative thereto. Do I have a motion? Motion and second. Discussion. All right, hearing none, all in favor of Article 6, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no?
No!
Article 6 is adopted. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? Thank you very much for coming out tonight, folks. Wish we could have gotten more done here, but there's a present waiting for you as you leave here tonight as your reward for coming. Thank you.